You're wasting all the time. Another hour gone, did you hear the chime? You're wasting all the time.
Recorded for Thursday, November 21st, 2019. You got me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wasting All the Time, Season 2.
Yay!
Two. A weird echo.
Zwei.
Drei?
No, zwei is two.
Zwei.
You said dos, and I said zwei.
Du. Zwei, drei. Yeah, so zwei, drei. I don't know when I...
This is an improv comedy podcast.
If you couldn't tell already.
My name is Dave. I will be your host, and joining me for this exploration of the subconscious and the multilingual is Jess.
Hello.
And Cody.
Ooh, woo, what's this?
Woo.
That is yet but a foretaste of things to come.
Yeah.
But
It's supposed to be a face, not a word.
while this introduction is zany and weird, we're going to kick things off with a segment that is quite the opposite. It is well-formed and informational. So we're going to kick things off like this. I am going to randomly select a subject that I will teach you about. And let's let the wheel spin and tell me what we're going to talk about.
So dynamic and interactive perspective.
So positive.
The moon. Here we go.
I've heard of that.
Get ready to learn, because it's Science Time with Dave.
All right, we're going to talk about the moon. Not just any moon, the moon. It's the thing that you see in the sky that reflects sunlight, and you can see it change apparent shape because of where the shadows lie. This is an interesting celestial body that is what they call tidally locked, meaning that the same face of it faces the Earth as it goes around at all times. It is approximately 250,000 miles away, and it's actually a lot further than you might think. Those are the numbers. You can't fight it. The moon, some people say, was formed when another planety-sized thing collided with Earth a really long time ago, and they've done some tests that show that the moon is actually made up of things that are similar to Earth and similar to not Earth, and therefore lends credence to this idea. Also, people have been to the moon, not in a long time, but way back when, and that's a scientific fact.
Can't fight the numbers.
Can't find the numbers. Also, that literally makes up everything of Earth and not Earth. That's everything.
That's everything.
Yeah, unless you further define, yeah.
Not Earth.
Mm-hmm. Also, 250,000 miles. I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Like, the scale of that distance, my car has like 110,000 miles on it. So if all the driving I've ever done in this vehicle ever is not even halfway to the moon, like, it's so fucking far. It's crazy.
But yet, when you hear the number, you're like, oh, that's not that far.
Yeah, 250,000 miles.
Yeah.
But it is.
And most of the time when you see like depictions of the Earth with the moon going around it, it's actually not to scale. Because when you do see it actually to scale, and there are some photographs of the Earth and the moon from a distance where you can see both of them at the same time, it's like the moon is tiny and super, super, super far away. It's wild. It's pretty cool.
What if
God
moon.
was one of us.
What if the moon, because we don't actually know what's in the center of the Earth, right? That's something
Nobody knows.
We don't know. What if the moon was supposed to be in the center of the motherfucking Earth, and there were like super aliens that came in, and they're like, oh, we want to try our transdisplacer, and they like accidentally move the core of the freaking Earth outside of the Earth. They're like, party guys, yeah, because now it's outside of the Earth,
right.
and that's what the moon is. So
Yeah.
the moon, even though it's like, oh, they're saying, like, big science is saying it's a gravitational pull. It's not a gravitational pull. It's just the center of the moon wants to go back to where its home is, which is the center of the Earth. So it's all like, come on, let me back in, guys, let me back in.
Just chasing us all the way around the sun. Yeah,
Oh,
Hollow
no.
Earth would agree with that.
Wait, how can
Is
it be
that an
hollow
actual-
and flat?
Mm,
Science question.
like a wafer.
Is there a hollow Earth theory?
There are Hollow Earth theories, yeah.
Oh my god, I think I found my conspiracy.
There you go. All right, we don't
Found
have
my
time to get
people.
into it
Okay.
because I would kill myself. But let's
Step
move it.
1.
Procure a knife. All right, let's move it right along, shall we?
Upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards. I say we go fruitwards.
Fruitwards is a game we play utilizing cards of two kinds and colours. Red cards are nouns and green cards are adjectives. We'll draw one card of each colour and improvise a scene inspired by these words. Dave, draw the cards. No, Cody, show us what we got.
This ours are
This
hard.
terrible accent brought to you by sleep deprivation.
It's the R's. The single R's in the middle of the word's the hardest, where you can't
Brutal.
really roll it.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Just a flip.
Oh, the flipping is hard towards the end of the sentence. Or like trying to say remember.
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 Oh, fuck you guys then. Whatever. It's hard for
Remember.
me. Jesus.
Remember.
She can roll it and go, remember. That's easy.
Remember.
Remember. Like
But it's cold out. One
one of us.
What if God was? Okay, here we go. Celebrated singing. What if God was one of us? Just a... Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yep, nope, yep.
Yes.
We're still trying to do this meeting.
Yes,
Stan.
I'm just warming up. I have a performance later.
You're singing at the Met. Yeah, no, that's
Yes,
fantastic.
yes. Though you know about the Met. Yes. What a wonderful stage.
Excuse me, sir. Were you about to say the Little Met?
Uh,
Because I did see your flyer. It does say Little Met.
Yes, it's well, technically, you can call it
Little Met.
the Met if you would like, but it is the Little Met, legally speaking.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I got my tickets, but I'm a little lost on.
It's down the alleyway.
Oh,
Yes,
oh, okay, it's fantastic.
it's going to be lovely. Singing a cappella. No instruments, just this one.
That's really neat. That's really neat. We do kind of need to get back to these reports.
Yes,
Stan,
well, reports of my insufferable singing are much overplayed. I have quite the reputation, and it's a good one on certain message boards.
I think Steve and I are in agreement that you have a wonderful talent.
Oh, yes.
You have a great talent.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, say more.
And your
Linda.
your colleagues also agree that you have a great talent.
Oh,
However,
yes. Love to hear from a fan.
your talents only get you so far here at the library.
Yes.
Some of the customers,
Mm.
not they
Yes, my loyal fans.
they're not your fans,
acolytes.
not your acolytes or your accolades.
That's what I meant to say.
They are
Some of the best
they're
ladies are
trying
accolades.
they're trying to study and read books.
Yes, I never had time for that myself.
You're a librarian.
Art is where my true passion lies. This is but a day job to keep the lights on most of the time.
You have a librarian degree
Yes.
from the University of Michigan.
Well, the little University of Michigan,
Oh,
if you check the documents close up.
I've been meaning to look at those. It's always looked a little weird.
like you just assume they're from out of state, so
Yeah.
like you got to take them for their word.
Michigan, no less.
Once more, you open the door.
So
And
Stan?
what? Oh, yes, you're still. Yes, of course you're still here. Why would you leave this?
that was great.
Why would you leave this?
Like, it was the double, like, oh, you're still here. There's the bird, and then the self-aggrandizement in the same sentence.
Well, that was wacky
That was...
and fruit-worded.
And you got to hear a sample of Dave's amazing improv.
All right. With that note, we are going to move it straight along to the next segment.
What does it sound like?
Twittershins.
Were you bowing? On that guitar?
No, she was McDonnell Douglas.
God damn it. That was obscure. I'm doing my air guitar and I look over and I see...
We can now confirm that Jess plays left-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm left-handed, guys.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
why I
leave
get
now.
so confused.
That's-
Oh, okay. Thank you for the opportunity.
Just a sinister revelation. I wasn't ready for it.
Oh, look at you with your references. All right, this is Twittershins Rapidballs, where I find the top 3 tweets on the internet, specifically at Twitter, and
That's why they tweet things.
I put them out for comment to my pundit friends here, and they respond. These are questions on Twitter. Now we get the answers.
That was a good sound.
Thank you. Tweet number 3 from Yabri at Curiosity Kill. Would you work the overnight shift at a cemetery for $23 an hour? Question. Cody.
Well, actually, it turns out the cemetery is not only a good place to work, but it's full of dead people. So you not only get to get paid, but you'll get to hang around corpses, which, if you ask me, is pretty cat's pajamas. So not only would I very specifically work the cemetery for the overnight shift, but I would gladly take your money and turn it into an investment to put more corpses in the cemetery, and we could have a lot more people, a lot more parties, and mostly corpses at the cemetery. So yes, is the answer, Mr. Breeze.
All right, I see 0 red flags. Jess.
Absolutely. I'm going to go to the cemetery in the dead of night. And I'm going to bring my fog machine. And I'm going to make the cemetery so creepy that nobody wants to go in at night. And those that venture in, well, they get the candy. What's the candy? Oh, who knows? But if I'm getting paid $23 an hour, it's not going to be a good candy, I can tell you that much. Fog machines are pricey. And so are spooky ghosts. And bringing in people to leave their poltergeists around the cemetery at night, and then they have to come and pick them up again. It's a big production, but I'd be willing to do it.
Okay, theatrical, yet hard to listen to. Tweet number 2 from Brian Ramsey at Weather Amsey. A little play on little portmanteau kind of a thing going on there. Here's a look at tomorrow's zone forecast. How are those winds looking today? Jess.
Well, Mr. Ramsey, they're looking pretty good for flying. Because I can get a lot of air when I flap my arms. By the way, I'm a vampire. Just want to get that out there. There's a lot of government agencies that say I have to state it so that they know what's up there in the sky. Oh, it's a vampire. Not just somebody flapping the wings. They're 35 miles going northwest. Pretty good.
Okay, keep your problems to yourself. Cody.
what's more important than the wind is the wind speed, because once you start digging, when you're gonna get to the corpses, the wind can really push the dirt around. So you've got to pay attention. If the wind is too strong, it blows the dirt back into the corpse hole, and then you're a pickle. Because that's what you gotta get. So I rented a backhoe, so I don't have to worry about the wind. So if the wind is strong enough to blow over a backhoe while I'm digging corpse holes, and I'm just gonna stay home and play Minecraft and put some corpses in the holes in the digital world. I really get my hobbies in two places at once. So the wind is inconsequential to yourself, Mr. Ramsey, unless you have corpses for me, Mr. Ramsey.
How did I know you were a Rick and Morty fan? All right. Tweet number 1 from Harrison Bailey at Harrison Bailey. Oh, one of those people.
You can't just say that.
What does that mean? I'm one of those people, I think, on Twitter.
Do you know a duck that doesn't move like this? Cody.
Well, actually, it's a funny story. You should ask about ducks, because we don't get a lot of duck corpses here. But the one time it came through, it was, as a matter of fact, it was moving just like that. It had the back of the fourth and a little wobble, and it fell into one of the holes. And so I had to bury it, because that's what happens to things in holes around here. If you don't bury things, they get in holes around here, and you're not the bee's knees or the cat's pajamas. You are, in fact, a troublemaker. And if we don't like troublemakers around here, especially if they're duck-shaped troublemakers, because we don't have any duck-shaped holes yet, because the backhoe just does the one scoop for people size. So I'll tell you what, you get any more duck holes around here, we're going to dig more holes for them, and they won't move like that because they're going to be buried underground.
One scoop for people size. Not an ice cream parlor I'm going to. Jess.
Let me tell you the story of the ugly duckling. Once upon a time, there was a duckling.
We don't have time for this.
Not a duck. It was not a duckling. It was a non-duckling that did not want to be put into your duckling gender norms. And because it was brave and wanted to just be itself, it became itself, and everybody liked it for itself. The true horror of this story, though, is that I then ate the duckling, because as we all know, vampires love duckling blood. It was very good. The end.
Okay. That's an insight. This has been Twittershins Rapidballs.
That was the best John Lennon accent ever.
Corpse pickles.
Corpse pickle.
Well, we're all in a pickle.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Oh, okay. I didn't get the reference at first. I was like, is there something else?
No. You just said the word pickle.
I did. Pickle Rick.
Okay. All right. I like how many times when Jess starts a response to Twittershins Rapidballs, there's this pause where I'm like, oh, finally, actual Rapidballs. And then she keeps going. And it's like, okay, is she only continuing because I didn't say anything yet?
Yeah, honestly, that's what it's going for. I'm watching the timing, and I'm like, all right, okay, I'm being gone. I'm going to keep going. But it's radio and podcasting. You can fix it.
That's right.
So Jess wasn't in this episode.
Anything. All right.
Replaced with just a duck going quack.
All right, let's move it right along, shall we? Ah, yes. The beautiful tones. I was going to say lyrical tones, but
They could be
I guess
lyrical.
that works, yeah.
You're a musician.
Of
You can make shit up.
An harpsichord and a flute.
Wooden flute.
This is the segment, What Day Is This? And in it, we will look at the National Day Calendar, which can be found at www.nationaldaycalendar.com. You know, it's always after I start that I realize I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
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 Story of my life.
And then I look at Cody and get the confirmation that I am not doing this right.
See,
You're doing a good job. It could be better.
how Dave and I lift each other up with disappointed faces.
You lift me up. Okay, this is November 21st.
Why is today?
That makes it National Red Mitten Day.
What? What? Red? No.
Okay, all right. Okay, so maybe there's a reason they're red.
On communism. On November 21st, National Red Mitten Day represents Canadian Olympic pride. National
Red mittens.
National Red Mitten Day encourages Canadians to wear their red mittens to show support for Canadian athletes.
Don't you know?
Red mittens represent the pride, generosity, and excellence of every Canadian.
Oh, Canada.
Every Canadian, from the sweetest newborn to the most experienced member of the family.
What the fuck?
Wear your mittens with pride and support each athlete as they pursue their dreams.
You phrased that weird.
Yeah, it's also phrased weird in print.
Because I was going to be like, how do you wear a mitten with support? Wear your
Yeah.
mittens with pride and support. Each athlete. Oh, shit, that's where that goes.
Yeah, no, it's all one sentence. How to observe.
I wonder. The mystery
it's
is
gonna be hard.
killing me.
Wear your red mittens or purchase a pair.
Don't wear them though.
For every pair of $15 CDN mittens purchased at Hudson's Bay or at thebay.com, $3.90 Canadian will go to support Canadian athletes.
What is that in real money?
Money raised from the red mittens help provide Canadian Olympians and next-generation athletes with access to elite coaching, equipment, sports medicine, nutrition, and other high-performance resources that make up a world-class daily training environment.
This is getting suspicious.
$3.90 from the sale of each pair of red mittens goes to support Canadian athletes. To date,
Wait a minute.
the red mittens alone have raised more than $30 million for the Canadian Olympic Foundation. Use hashtag National Red Mittens Day to share on social media. History.
Oh.
Hudson's Bay
There
founded
we
National
go.
Red Mitten Day to encourage Canadians to show their support for Canadian athletes and share their national pride through the tradition of wearing the company's red mittens.
There you go.
Their goal on November 21st is to make money. No, is to sell 25,000 red mittens to support Canadian athletes in pursuing their dreams. Since their launch ahead of the Vancouver 2010 Olympic Winter Games, Hudson's Bay Red Mittens have become the nation's most iconic symbol of Canadian Olympic pride, with $3.90 from the sale of each pair of red mittens going to support Canadian athletes. To date, the Red Mittens alone have raised more than $30 million for the Canadian Olympic Foundation.
This is repeating itself. Wasn't it 33 in the beginning?
God.
The
That's how long
registrar,
they've gone since. That's how long this is. They've raised more money since.
the registrar at National Day Calendar proclaimed National Red Mitten Day to be observed annually beginning November 21st, 2017.
I actually own a red pair of Canadian mittens for the Olympics from 2010. I did not realize until this moment that's probably why my friend got them for me, because she's from Canada. She made me contribute some way into the Olympic machine.
Big Olympics is.
The Olympic money machine.
The math didn't quite jive with me on that. They were like, each pair of mittens cost like $16. And they're like, let's sell 25,000 of them, and we'll donate $4 a pair. Hold on.
Yep.
Like, that's very nice of them, I guess. But also, they're like, let's buy a lot from us.
Yeah.
That's your Canadian pride, is to buy a lot of mittens.
Hey, boss. I got some bad news. We had an incident with the looms, and we accidentally made about 500,000 pairs of red mittens that we didn't mean to.
What? 500,000 pairs of red mittens.
Yeah, and we ain't
We're a
actually.
green company.
I know.
What? I am flabbergasted by how you even made the dye red.
Yeah,
Supposed to be green.
It started with an accident, and it got worse.
So it was just a compilation of accident upon accident. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Fernando?
That's right. These mittens are dyed with blood, and we have made way too many, and actually hadn't even really fixed it yet, so it's gonna climb.
What?
I think we need to come up with an idea about how to unload all this. This is way more mittens than we normally sell.
That absolutely. All right, we need to sell a revolution.
Okay.
Clearly, we need to sell a revolution.
Blood
Good-
mittens for revolution.
That's right. Good old-fashioned French revolution.
All right.
The French love to revolt, and they love to sing about blood in their streets. So,
Blood in the streets.
yeah, it's
blood
part of
in the
their
mittens.
Yeah, blood in the streets, mittens in the sheets.
That sounds good to me.
That's why I'm the boss, Fernando. That's what I am.
We don't even need to bring marketing, and you got the catchphrase and everything.
Hey, I did marketing for 46 years. I got it in my back pocket.
Wow. Okay.
Fernando,
Yeah.
I do want you to know, though, that I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, I was hoping to skip over that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we gotta do. You can work the numbers and you can work the marketing as much as possible, but Fernando,
Yeah.
you're my dye guy.
Yeah.
You're my dye. You dye everything.
Yeah.
And now,
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of like you're dead in the water, right?
Uh-oh.
Because you're supposed to be green.
With this setup, I'm a little concerned to bring up the final problem here, but
Wait, what?
we got one more problem. So the looms, they're still running, kind of haywire and just making the mittens, right? But
What?
they're coming out a little bit more pink now.
Oh, there's not
We
enough
don't-
red.
Yeah. So what do I need to do to?
Just stop the looms. Did you ask them nicely? Fernando, you never ask anybody nicely.
I'm just so rude, I guess.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Jeez,
I just wonder if you could sign off on this real quick. I'm only one day away from retirement, and if you could just fill out these retirement forms so I could leave the company and go live alone.
Aha.
With-
Sure, just give me that pen.
Okay.
All right, boss. More red mittens coming up.
That was Troy. He was one day away from retirement. He's been saying that for like the last week. He's been counting it down. Fernando.
I thought that's what you wanted.
Fernando. What I wanted was you to just say you're sorry. I didn't want you to become a serial. Fernando, have you killed other workers?
The first one was an accident.
Where is Janet?
Janet was number 2.
Oh my God. Oh boy. Okay. I can spin it. I've got 46 years in marketing here. All right. Fernando,
Yeah.
you're now a spokesperson.
What does that mean?
That means you're going to go in front of the televisions.
Oh no, like at Best Buy?
Yeah. And you're going to tell your story. And each mitten is like a redemption. French redemption mittens.
French Redemption.
Yep.
Whatever you say, boss.
Oh gosh, oh Troy.
I'm just gonna. I need to. This blood's being wasted. I need to get that to the looms.
At least pickle the rest of his body, okay? At least pickle it or something. I don't know.
Corpse pickle.
I was waiting for you to say, with every mitten comes honor. With honor, redemption.
No. Didn't even come across. Should have come across my mind. Did not.
Didn't think about it.
Apologize.
I
No.
didn't.
I was thinking mittens, streets and sheets.
Yeah.
Revolution in the streets.
Blood in the streets.
Mittens.
Mittens in the
The
sheets.
sheets, yeah.
Also, goddamn, you're going to go in front of the televisions like a Best Buy.
Yep. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yes.
Now we have to move it right along
We
to
have to.
the Improv Game of the Week.
Yes, we do.
It's the Improv Game of the Week.
Every week on the podcast, the responsible host picks an improv game and then we play it. And that is a lot of fun.
And then when it's my week, I do it.
That's right.
And when it's my week, I sacrifice part of my soul to the improv gods, and I ask them to part the clouds and open them up for a game.
That's right. All right. Today we are going to play a game called Sportz Center.
Do.
This improv game is in the following improv game categories. I started reading too early. Okay. Description. 3 players and an everyday activity.
That's us. Wait.
Like brushing your teeth or washing your car. In this game, the everyday activity is performed as if it were done at the Olympics or at a World Canadian... You just stuck that word right in my mouth. Wow.
Masterful. NLP, right? That was NLP as proof.
The everyday activity is performed as if it were done at the Olympics or at a world championship. One player is the athlete, and the 2 others are in a TV studio. One is the interviewer who interviews the athlete's trainer as the athlete performs the task. Except usually, we just turn it into a group interview.
Makes sense.
Usually something goes wrong and the athlete fails miserably. But that is up to the discretion of the performer. So, let's get an activity.
Finding your car keys.
All right.
Brilliant. We didn't even need the internet for that.
No. I think Jess should be the athlete.
Yes.
I've got so much experience in it.
And Cody, would you like to be the trainer?
Yeah. I think I was the anchor last time I recall.
Cool. I will interview the 2 of you.
All right.
Welcome to Sportz Center. My name is Chad Biswick, and we're going to talk today with one of the peak performers in the sport of finding their car keys. Joining us today is Brenda Wallsticker and her coach, Thad. Welcome.
Thanks so much. It's wonderful to be here today.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you are
Really appreciate it.
you are
Peter boy.
you are posed and ready to enter this competition as the leader at the moment. What do you plan to do to maintain that lead?
So, I've been working a lot with Dad to figure out the best way to pre-train for key finding in the morning. It's been a lot of rigorous obstacles. The keys hidden, obviously,
That's right.
behind
For the audience,
cushions.
the keys are hidden ahead of time.
Yeah.
And the participants have to find the missing car keys.
Yeah. So he hides them in very interesting places. Thad's also been taking me through time crunches where you overslept and you've got a meeting in 20 minutes and you're completely naked and you got to get ready, but you also need your keys.
How can you perform at such a high level with that kind of pressure?
Right. So I really draw on the power of my puppy dog. I visualize my puppy dog and being able to take her out on a walkies after the meeting, but I can't even take her on a walkies until I get the keys. So
I see. So you have that emotional drive.
Yeah, and every time I'm looking for my keys, it is a life or death walkie situation.
Wow, that's fantastic. And so how does that go about doing these coming up with these ideas?
Well, I think that's perfect for Thad to answer, because a lot of times they're like curveball ideas that I'm like, wow, why am I stuck in a trunk going 60 miles an hour in the Arizona desert?
Whoa,
Not only do I got to get back to my house, but then I got to find my keys afterwards.
Well, that sounds like a story. Tell me about that, actually.
Well, let's talk to Thad about some of the other things that he's done.
Well, okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. Hi, Thad. Welcome to the program.
Oh, good to be here. Thanks for having us.
That's so you come up with interesting scenarios.
Not so much interesting, it's challenging. Brain bending. Look at Brenda. And look at her.
Hi, I'm tiny.
She's tiny. My fingers, they're like sewing needles.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. Call me Edward Needle Hands. Deborah Brenda Needle Hands. Yep. Can knit too. with them.
That's amazing.
Finger knitting.
Yeah, I guess not everyone knits with their fingers. That's
Nope.
That's something else.
That's a new sport we're looking into next.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, I can't talk too much about it. We're going to create a little buzz and go to Brenda Wallsticker, fingerknitneedles.org. You can donate to our Patreon, and we can get the sport going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a T-shirt here. You can see it's got Brenda's face and her needle fingers, and she's doing the knit thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also have, surprisingly enough, we have some stickers, Brenda Wallsticker stickers, so people can buy those stickers and support the Brenda Wallsticker Sticker Foundation that is hoping to create.
You do great charitable work with that.
A lot of the money comes from people, and so when we're doing the Brenda Wallsticker Sticker Foundation, we gotta get that in the training, and so her little needle fingers, I can put the keys in really weird places most normal humans couldn't get to.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I even want to know now how you come up with your ideas, because I feel like we'll end up going somewhere dark.
We could start there.
And this is television.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the one time where it was sharks.
Oh
Do you
yeah, the
remember
warm up.
shark
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
That one was very
Yeah,
good.
the shark warm up was great. Because she's got the little fingers, so she can't swim well. Look at her fingers.
Yeah, I can't.
Weird
like,
as shit.
Yeah,
like,
those
I
would
was
just slice right
kicking-
through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sliced through all the water.
That was actually it was a warm up and it was a publicity stunt for the Brenda Wallsticker Save the Sharks Needle Fingers Foundation.
Well, I'm glad that you practiced that, because that's the first event today is swimming with sharks. So
Yeah, sorry I didn't tell you.
we got to let you go, and we'll see you
Absolutely.
perform here.
Absolutely. I am more than happy to do that.
Best of luck. I hope you find the keys and can grab them with your needle fingers.
Absolutely. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I'm coming for those walkies, Pooch.
All right, Dad, let's watch this. Okay, so this has happened before. You've tested this exact scenario once before.
Well, she's been in the water before, and there have been sharks before, but this is the first time the sharks are in the water that she's in.
Okay, and so they're getting into the pools.
Okay.
Thanks.
And okay, she's
Where's my puppy
she's
dog?
kind of
There you
holding
are.
onto the edge there. It was
Yeah, it's she's got to build up
These
her
are-
strength.
deep pools, but
Yeah,
the
30
pool
feet.
she was in before, was it a deep pool?
It was a deep kiddie pool, so it was 4 feet instead of the usual 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's not seeming to be able to tread water very well.
No, we were working on the swimming training. And then the 4 feet was a little deep for her.
Yeah, those fingers are slicing right through the water.
Yeah. Her toes are like that too. It's weird.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
I'll just do the dead man float.
And there go the sharks.
Oh my god. And there goes. It was so smooth. Oh man.
Yeah, fun stuff. That was
great.
Sports Center. All right, that's all the time we have for this episode. What for wasting it and all?
Indeed, Gov.
Oi. All right.
Hi.
So, if there's anything about this episode that you liked in particular, then please head on over to wastingallthetime.com/vote to let us know about it, because very soon we will be collecting all of these things that you liked, and we will make you listen to them again and vote about it. So
There was information there.
get ready for that. Head over to wastingallthetime.com/vote before it turns into the actual vote. Anyway, this has been fun.
2 good ones.
All right, so just like half the scenes in this episode, you can go over to Patreon, patreon.com/timewastepod, and become a member for as little as $1 a month. Wow. $12 a year.
It's pretty $144 a gross day.
Wait.
If you're having a gross day, give us $144. 12 doesn't. Yeah. All right.
A gross month? I don't know. Math is hard.
Math is fun.
Not what I said.
Oh, it was lost in translation. All right, that's it for now. Until next time, my name is Dave.
I'm Jess.
I'm Cody.
And we wasted all of the time pants. Time pants.
Thick butts.
Time pants.
Time pant butt.
For the win.
Thick time.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify. If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all of that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.
That was
Oh, that was the neighbors.
that was oomphy.
Oh, feet.
Oompa-dee-doo.
I've got another segment for you.
Okay, now that has to stay in.